And the simplest way to make one of these boats go faster is to make it lighter, and the easiest way to make it break is to make it too light.
The weight is probably one of the most critical things we look at after performance because the two are tied together so much. The lighter something is, the faster it's going to go.
And then with all the systems that you put on the boat, everything to make it work, you can put things in to make it easier for you to sail, and everything weighs something. So that loop of going around that loop again and again, and what it's worth to add 200 grams or 2 kilos, that's a big part of what we do.
I mean, if you're going to go for a run and you put a 10 kilo backpack on, you're going to notice that. And therefore 10 kilos on board your boat all the way around the world is a huge amount of extra energy that needs to come from somewhere.
There's a constant battle between performance and reliability. At the beginning of the design of the boat, you're trying to choose, you're choosing your projects based on whether you can achieve them or not. It's so easy in this world to bite off some big, chunky, fruity, race-winning projects and then never get to the end of it.
There's actually more gains for us to make in some regards by going around all the little items, and they all add up. So if you go around every single little item and challenge it and question whether you can take a couple of grams off or whatever else, it all's going to add up. And the other thing you've got to think when we go back to our reliability is we can take bigger risks with a hinge on a door on the inside of a boat. If it breaks, the boat's still racing and the boat still works. So we can have a reduced margin of safety, if you like, on some of these smaller items.
You look at the weight of everything down to nuts and bolts and fixings is all looked at, and if we can save a few grams here and there by using a titanium bolt over a standard stainless bolt, then that's a decision that will be made.
I don't want anything to have one use. If something can be used for 2 things, then we're not carrying 2 things. So if you can double use or triple use a little bracket, a gusset, or whatever it is within, there's no point in having a gusset over here and making a bracket here to support something else. You use that. So that's the point, is you just try and avoid adding things you don't need to the boat everywhere. And that does add up. That's not just at the design stage, that's when we go into the build, we have to monitor all of this weight in great detail.
At Carrington Boat, we are very detailed on our approach. We make sure that the guys weigh the part they glue in the boat, they weigh the glue they use to glue the part, and they weigh the bonding, which is like dry fibers they use to tape the part to the boat. So it's like as detailed as you can.
You can make something really, really light that's strong enough, but it might not get all the way around. So there's a constant balance between making something strong enough to withstand the fatigue to get around the world, but light enough to get around quick enough.